Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hobbits. Today looking at some Spanish craft beer. Today we're looking at some beer from Nómada Brewing Company. They were kind enough to send me some beers because they had a lot of stuff going on, some new releases. And if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I've reviewed some of their beers already. Way back, they went through a lot of stages, this brewery. First, like when their labels were of cats. I reviewed like their Moose Island, I think it was called, and a Papaya IPA. Both were really good. Then they kind of changed design and everything, and actually were kind enough to send me the releases. One of them were their Royal Porter, a Solera Barrel-Aged Imperial Stout, and some Saison type stuff. Pretty nice stuff in that as well, but right now they're back again. I think they've always been around, but at least where I've seen, where they've kind of relaunched everything, or at least the designs. Because the design on this looks much different. I even think the font and logo and whatnot looks a bit different, or maybe it's just me, I'm not entirely sure. But this guy sounds really interesting. It's one of the beers, and it's a beer style you don't see many brewers make too much, but not in a traditional way, at least in this case. But this is a lager. So it's an India Pale Lager. Lagers, in my mind, can be really nice once in a while. It's actually a really nice style when you just need something to quench your thirst and you don't want to fuzz about all kinds of crazy. Like a really fresh, well-brewed lager can be really nice. So this is taking that idea and changing it to the next level. And this actually got gold at Rate Beer Best 2017 for lager. And this is the Nómada Brewing Company, or strong lager, Hanami India Pale Lager on 5.8% alcohol, and it is gluten-free. So that's pretty cool. But often when you hear gluten-free, you think, because often the flavors are not that good. But I mean, since it's got a Great Beer Gold medal, that's usually a good indicator of a very nice beer. So what makes this beer different? Well, first of all, the name says Hanami is the combination of the kanji characters for Nana, flowers, and Mi, observe. So in general, it's so Nanami, Hanami, I don't know. In general, it's associated with the cherry blossom season when the Japanese go in mass to parks and gardens to contemplate the blossoms. For an instant, Japan turns pink. So, if you've ever been to Japan, I haven't, but I've seen a lot of stuff about Japan. I want to go sometimes. Sakura flowers are everywhere, and they're bright pink. But this one is an India Pale Lager hopped with Magnum, Sorachi Ace, and Simcoe. Sorachi Ace, I think that originally originated from Japan. The malts are pale, Munich, and oat malt. And then the special ingredients is what makes this quite different. It's made with the sakura, so cherry blossoms, then yuzu paste, which I think they call something else on the label, don't they? No, yeah, yuzu paste, and then something called shichimi togarashi, which is apparently like a spice blend type thing. Usually it's like chili flakes and a bit of sesame and stuff to put on foods. I think it might be what you can find in ramen places, but that's some of the info they have. I've got this crazy info sheet with the package, but let's dig into the beer. I've been rambling enough. So, pours what looks like a hazy juice bomb, but not a lager at all. Very untraditional lager because they're usually so clear, but it's a very hazy orange color, bright white head. Was more frothy when I got it poured, but let's check out the aroma on the Hanami India Pale Lager by Nómada Brewing. I can kind of pick up on that chili. Wow, that is so weird. It's almost like you took like the zestiness and lemony aromas you'd get in some of the classic German style lagers just with noble hops, and they were like boosted with that aroma of a Sorachi Ace, which is kind of lemongrass, and then the lemon character from the yuzu, which is a very unique lemon or citrus fruit character. And I love yuzu. It smells and tastes amazing in food. But yeah, I'm definitely picking up on those hop notes. I'm not really picking up on the sakura. I mean, it's a floral-esque note, and it does have floral notes, but that could also come from the hops, A little bit of dankness from Simcoe, actually quite hoppy. And then you get that kind of peppery, almost sesame-esque edge. Smells more like an IPA, but I mean, it's an India Pale Lager, but it smells really damn good. Let's give it a taste. Cheers, guys, and thanks a ton to Nómada for the beer. That it is a fucking exceptional India Pale Lager. And the freaking awesome part about this is that it's not overdone. like often, well, I don't know, overdone. It's like, I don't know how to say that. It's definitely like not overdone in the sense that it's like it's got balance. You taste that this is actually a lager. It's not just hop to all hell. But I still think maybe you would taste that in other India Pale lagers as well, because the lager yeast just gives this very clean and crisp, refreshing end to it. And I don't even think they use lager. The pale ale Munich malt is usually in lagers, and the oats Munich probably for coloring. But really refreshing. Also, like, this is probably the most flavorsome gluten-free beer I've ever had. You get a little bit of sweetness from the oats. Hops aren't super intense, but there is that kind of lemongrassy, citric hop note, along with some of the yuzu. The yuzu gives like a bitter citrus fruit flavor, and then you're getting a little bit of a peppery note, which I think is from the, even though it's like peppercorn, or like not peppercorns, but pepper, like chili pepper flakes, I think. The shichimi togarashi. You're getting kind of like some peppery notes on the back, but you also get that, you know, in kind of traditional lagers. But this is a cool like take on a traditional style where you kind of still stay traditional, but you bring in some new world stuff with those kind of interesting hop notes and whatnot. I'm not really picking too much up on the sakura. I mean, there is some kind of floral notes, but that could come from the hops as well. But this is exceptional India Pale Lager. And as you can see, I am just slugging this down, and yeah, it's really nice. It's so like medium kind of lightly chewed, great body as well for a lager, and then just nice aftertaste and bitterness. This is really damn good. If you consider it's a 5.8% beer and the amount of flavor this packs, and the you know, like all the flavors and ingredients they talk about there. It's what, 20 IBUs as well. It feels a little bit more bitter. That's probably the yuzu, but yeah, it just works. It's really nice. It is probably one of the most interesting lagers and cool lagers I've had in a long time. So rating wise, for the Nómada Brewing Company Hanami India Pale Lager, let's go something like a 94 actually. This is really freaking good. It's great, kind of a great interpretation of classics meet new world, I think, if you can say it like that, because you've got a classical beer style that you've hopped, and then you added these kind of interesting additions. So it's got a bit of that almost sesame-esque, but it's more of like a peppery flavor you're getting from that spice. But it's really good, guys. So if you get the chance, I definitely recommend checking out Nómada Brewing Company's Hanami India Pale Lager. And I actually think these guys will be at CBC this year, or MBCC this year, under new talent. So if you can't get them in bottles, you can check them out there. So good stuff, guys. Thanks a ton to Nómada for providing this. And of course, it's just not something I'm saying because they sent it to me. This is actually freaking good. And if you watch my previous reviews of their stuff, they make great beer. So as always, guys, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I'm going to say cheers and see you guys in another beer review.